Greetings, my name is Kayla, also known as Art by Kayla. The world of digital art has grown into many different art styles and types, and is becoming increasingly popular. This gave me the idea to share my very personal digital journey, how I started from the beginning, and how it evolved into abstract digital art and is meant to be an inspiration to someone else. I also added a list of a few great free programs toward the end of my video, so stick around. I started my graphic design career in 2005, but my digital art journey started in 2015 when I began a photography study, which I called the Tree Project. So here we go with the first with the first tries and explorations of slightly modification in image. So a little cropping, a little highlighting the color, really nothing major. Then I was moving on to a little more exploratory, with some slight effects, blurring the background, bringing out certain elements. But you clearly can identify the tree. When you get into it, you start seeing things and you want to do more. You will see that in a minute. It takes on a life on its own. So I call this testing the water. That's exactly what it is. You start to explore the program. These programs are pretty complex, and you're going to try out many things. You learn as you go. It just is a learning curve which you go through. As my work starts to evolve, I came up with this name, PhotoLution. I think it's a great name. Basically, it's the evolution of a photo into something completely different. The starting point is always the photo, but the result is a new image. And my images are created subconscious and improvised, based on my mood, emotional state, perception, and creativity in that moment. I never know what I'm going to end up with. I just start and the process takes on a life on its own. I thought it would be interesting to show you the journey, the development of one image. This one here is the original image, and everything else is based on it. And it shows you the development into a surreal and then into a complete abstract direction. So here we go. This is now the continuation from the first two images I just showed you. Still all based on that one image, the first one. And it's still here, you have segments you can identify, but then it gets more and more into a different direction. And I'm starting to use actually segments and pieces from different photos and collage them into one piece. So now I'm entering somewhat a surreal phase. It took on a form of storytelling where you can see things and discover things if you look long enough and closely enough. From here on out, everything I do is getting more and more abstract and completely unrelated to the original photo, even so it is still based on it. These are two of my self-portraits, and if you look long enough, you're going to find me somewhere in there. These are various images mutilated and put together and disassembled and reassembled. And this is beauty in digital art, that you go through phases and go in a certain direction, and then something completely different comes up and you explore that direction and you grow from there. It's a continuous process of learning and exploring. I hope you got an idea how it developed from a simple photo into something very different. And I hope it was useful and informative and inspiring. If you would ask me what does it take to get started, I would say you need a good program, a software program. You need to learn it, and you need to know what you can do with it. Then you need creativity and imagination and the curiosity to explore. I added here some free programs. They are pretty good. Sumo Paint, drawing and painting. They have a free basic version. Krita, painting, similar to Photoshop, pretty complex. Does a lot of things, so. Inkscape, drawing, illustrating, and GIMP, drawing, image editing. If I would tell you you can learn them overnight, I would lie. They will take some time to really make yourself familiar with, but it's worth the time if you're really interested in creating digital art. This is now the conclusion to my digital art journey. It's a very personal digital art journey, and normally I do videos, they are graphic design related, in easy, understandable terms and language for non-designers. You should check them out. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Check out my other videos. You might find them interesting and informative. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.